we just not shutting down money going to Minnesota for childcare. We're going to do it for the whole doggone country. You guys got to show us some receipts. Now, I'm of the opinion, this is me, okay, that it's some people that really need that. It's some people that really need that. But as I started to discover this, as I started to go through it, there's distinguishing, I could see why they're asking for it, okay? Now, hold on, let me run this real quick. Because I can see why they're asking for that, okay? I can see it.
The Trump administration announced they're freezing federal child care funding to all states, not just Minnesota. It comes after allegations of fraudulent daycare centers in the state. Officials initially said all other states would be required to present justification along with a receipt or photo evidence before receiving funds. But now ABC News is reporting the health department says the funds will be released, quote, only when states prove they are being spent legitimately. They did not give any details on qualifications. We have reached out to the governor's office for comment, and we are waiting to hear back.
So you guys turned around and have screwed it up. Listen, Somalians, you screwing it up for everybody else, bro. This is the fact. Like everybody else, you got the moms, the real American moms, that single mothers, that they need this. They really do. And they can't afford it to take care of it themselves. But you guys are now screwing it up. So don't go attacking the Trump administration, because there's two ways that this unfolded, which I noticed when I started to research this.
Trump administration has frozen daycare funds in all 50 states. Don't know what that means yet. From what I've gathered, each state will have to prove that their subsidy funds are being used like they're supposed to be used. I think this is all, well, I know this is probably all stemming from what happened in Minnesota. So in your state, do you get paid for enrollment or do you get paid for attendance? In Oklahoma, we get paid for attendance.
Okay. Now, enrollment or attendance. So the loophole here looks like for Minnesota. Okay. Let's go to ChatGPT. Come on. Do Minnesotan daycares get paid off of enrollment or attendance? We go to ChatGPT. I told you guys 2 hours of ChatGPT a day, learning how to use this. Enrollment alone doesn't guarantee full payment. Minnesota Child Care Assistance Program pays providers after they bill for child care provided, meaning that the provider must submit a bill for the days, hours the childs were there. So that's enrollment. For state subsidized care, providers submit billing after care is delivered, and counties say that's it. Absences are limited. The system does pay for a limited number of absences only if. Okay, providers can be reimbursed up to 25 absent days per child. So man, damn. Enrollment. Ooh, you get reimbursed for days kids are scheduled and actually in class. Enrollment doesn't mean cash flow. If you're yeah. If you're getting paid off enrollment, which it sounds like Minnesota's getting paid off of enrollment, not off of attendance. So loopholes are there. So if they're saying that they can now potentially be reporting to the federal government that we have 99 kids enrolled, that doesn't mean that the 99 children have to attend. They can be enrolled in any time. So you can have 90 open enrollment. You bring in 150 kids. We've got 150 kids enrolled. So that means now chat says it doesn't guarantee full payment. Minnesota Child Care Assistance Program pays providers after they bill. That's Child Care Assistance Minnesota. Obviously, you see this woman right here. She gets paid off of attendance.
If our kids don't come, we don't get paid. We get paid weekly. We have to keep track of all of our attendance. And we have 3 different forms. We have our machine, we have our sheets, and we have our parent record. So that's 3 verification sheets. We get audited periodically. I just got audited like 3 months ago. Thank the Lord I didn't owe anything back and everything came back great. Because sometimes we lose stuff. So what state are you in? Do you get paid for attendance or enrollment? And have you been audited before? And What is this going to do to your program if this freeze sticks? Are you completely subsidy? Are you private pay? You're not worried about it? What's up? Come on, let's talk about it. Come on.
She's not wrong. So if your business plan depends on the government paying you, then yeah, you're going to be kind of screwed. It's not like real estate. Even in real estate, we have that Section 8, right? It's depending on the government paying us. And people can get, right now, Section 8 is probably one of the most vulnerable ones, in my opinion, where you can get screwed big time. And it's just because how things are moving right now, things are changing. And they can hold the money. Enrollment versus attendance. So if they're getting checks just for having kids enrolled and there's no valid attendance chart or something to show that, hey, kids are attending, and is the Trump administration mad? Are they wrong? Are we wrong for doing this? Like, because that's a big loophole right there. I can literally tell you that I have 150 enrolled and you just cut me a check. For a large part, cut me a check. May not get the whole money, but I get most of it. And whatever piece I've got to validate on the back end or self-govern, I can do that. These are the loopholes. See, when you have these loopholes, guys, and you send money over to freaking Somalia, oh no, you get what you get. And you F it up for everybody else. That means anybody that may have been running this, and they not cheating, but they may be a little lax. Like she said, audit, we forget things, drop things, which happens. I can see that. But damn, $1 billion? Nah, bro.
Department of Health and Human Services froze $185 million for childcare in Minnesota and created new verification requirements for businesses to be able to be reimbursed. Despite the claims of widespread fraud, though, that has allegedly been allowed to go on for years, Minnesota Democrats are criticizing the president for this temporary pause.
We're taking fraud seriously. We're working every day to improve our systems, hold those criminals accountable, and move our state forward. That's why it's...
What a way to bring in the new year. They're freezing daycare funds in all 50 states. Yay! Let's talk about it. Has anybody heard it? I just seen it like an hour ago. I thought it was fake, but apparently it's real. Does your state pay by attendance or do they pay by the spot? We get spot checked. I got audited this year already. I don't know. What we gonna do, y'all? What we gonna do? Come on, let's talk about it.
So she's saying she gets paid off of enrollment, not even attendance, by the spot. So this is an obvious loophole that's been existing. I don't know if it's from certain states that require enrollment, certain states that require attendance for validation for the release of funds. Hey, they got y'all. Hey, bro, listen. When you got pirates pirating, oh no, they gonna find ways to get shit done all the time. I'm telling you, they will. And it's called being resourceful, right? Nah. If you're gonna run the game, damn, I say, listen, don't do it like that. Keep it nice and tight. You know there's a loophole there, and you keep stretching it, and this is what happens. Now, every daycare center in the United States, if you are depending on government subsidies, listen and listen clearly. If you're a parent that takes it, you need to find out if they're paid on attendance or if they're paid on enrollment. But at the end of the day, that may be the reason why they treat some of your kids bad as hell. That may just be the reason. Because I had a relative took his son to a daycare, and the boy ends up with a little fraction on his arm. So they like, hold on, what ends up like his arm can't move? What ends up? There's a lot of daycares out there like that. And go get a lawyer. Go get their ass. Go get them. Because they get paid off of attendance. They know they can, about enrollment. You're in. They making money. They hiring crazy people to do stuff. They don't care too much. They don't care. Listen, this might be some daycare reform coming down. Thank the Somalians.
I'm going to insert the little clip that we got. Come on. What we doing?
Oh, man. Dude, I'm telling you, listen. And again, I say it, man, if you're a Somalian, this is not, well, damn well it is. gotta know that you can't say, oh, they're persecuting and attacking me. When you know your people do piratey shit. Y'all know it. Okay? You can't say that. You can't. Guys, you watching this, like, subscribe, follow. Just, I drop these things because this is life right now. This is where we live in. With all this chaos going on, I'm going to continually tell you there's going to be opportunities to make money. Do not sit back and be distracted on all of this. This is the show. This is the shit show. This is the show that I enjoy watching. And you came here to talk to me about, and for me to share with you what I feel about this. But likewise, you're also here and you're like, man, Leon, you're telling me all this is the real estate lunchbox. I'm going to tell you, everything you're seeing right now is a bag play. It's a bag play. It's a good bag. Don't be distracted by this. Know it and understand it and move accordingly, yo. Because I can clearly see a bunch of daycare centers starting to shut down. I can clearly see parents who can't pay for this starting to get rolled into having to figure out alternative arrangements for their children. This is the reason why some of us who consider ourselves conservatives, black conservatives, I know a lot of y'all don't like it, we cannot be fully dependent on a system that can be manipulated and exploited for one side or the other. And if you are a capitalist, if you have any type of capitalist bone in you, use this as a lesson to understand that you have to position yourself and continuously position yourself and teach others and share with others how to do it where they're not subjected to whether the government pays them that month or not. That's all that I'm a proponent for. If that means that you do a resale company and you resell clothes, vintage clothes, do it. Me and my wife, we've done that before, and I still love, and it made me fall in love with vintage gear, and I didn't even know how expensive these t-shirts were and jackets and vintage shit, so I fell in love with it, and it went from like this to like, I love doing vintage stuff now. But that's just another stream of income. If you got to learn the wholesale, if you got to learn some real estate, learn it. Do not be dependent on this federal system or this system going on right now because the government is big. The federal government, guys, is larger than what it should be. It shouldn't employ as many people as it does. Its reach shouldn't go as deep as it does, but it does. Okay. And now you can hem all and complain, or you can be the person that says, listen, I'm going to plot in 2026 how to position myself where I'm not depending on or dependent upon the federal government to take care of me.